Thank you for bringing in these kids, Officer Dunn. Carlton wasn't kidnapped. He's playing a prank on you. All of you.
What?
You'll see. Come back to our place. I'll make you all some hot chocolate. And when Carlton finally shows up, you guys can tell him he's grounded. At the Burke house. Since you're all grown up now, call me Clay. You remember Betty, Carlton's mom? She's asleep, so don't crash around or anything. So, did we get pranked? I guess, maybe. Look, guys, I know you don't believe me, but Carlton does things like this. He once convinced all of his classmates and even the teachers that he had a twin brother. This is different. Jason saw him disappear, taken by a yellow rabbit mascot. This can't be a prank. Listen, I know you're all just kidding around, but I don't want to hear you kids joking around about Freddy's. You know, I wasn't the chief back then. I was still a detective. And I was working on those disappearances to those days. To this day, it was the worst thing I ever had to see. I'm especially surprised at you, Charlie. Mr. Burke, Clay, did they ever find out who did it? I thought they arrested somebody. Yes, we arrested somebody. I did, in fact. And I'm sure as now that I knew he was guilty. So what happened? But there were no bodies. But we knew it was him. There was no doubt. But the children who had disappeared, they were never found. And without the bodies... Kidnapping! They disappeared! How can this man be still walking around somewhere? What if he does it again? Justice penalizes the guilty, but it must also protect the innocent. It means that sometimes the guilty ones get away with horrible things, but it's the price we pay. So, it's pretty late. Why don't you kids stay overnight here? You can scold Carlton in the morning for his little prank. Later that night. It's the price we pay. It was my price. The next morning. You have to get him, Clay, right now! How could you wait all night? Beep, boop, boop, boom, boom. Who are you calling? The police. I am the police. Then why are you here instead of finding my son? Betty, it's just another joke. Carlton being Carlton. Remember the frogs? This is different. It's Freddy's. You're acting like I wouldn't understand. Betty, I saw Michael's blood struck across the floor where he was dragged from. Well, you didn't see him. He lost his best friend. Let me tell you something, Chief. That boy has thought about Michael every single day for the past 10 years. There is no way on earth that Carlton would discredit Michael's memory by making Freddy's a joke. Call someone right now. Meanwhile. Hey Nora, Dunn here. Back at the mall for another look. Burke said his son is supposed to be here playing a prank again. This is where I met his friends last night. Ooh, bring me back a soft pretzel. I can't tell creation from destruction at a distance. Oh, it smells. Carlton! Come out! Stop playing jokes! Your dad's worried. Why is this door open? Carlton's feet smell. Huh. No way Carlton would have rode in that by himself. Carlton... What is that? Oh, weird. Huh? Looks like this is an office. Oh, was someone in that? Oh. Jeez, that thing is heavy. It's just a costume. Huh? Stanley! You remember him. How can I forget a mechanical unicorn? Your big girl closet. What was in there all those years? Not sure. I sort of remember we came back here one more time. I guess we picked clothes from it. Hey, I'm going to go see if I can find the photo albums or paperwork that can help us. Okay. Sweet. Chicken. Anything. John, I think I found something. Y'all look so happy. Yeah. That's you. Aunt Sammy? Charlie, what happened at Freddy's all those years ago? You know I don't think your father did it, right? I know, but I might. I remember him dressing up for us in that yellow bear suit, doing the dances, mimicking along with their songs. It was so much fun. It felt like that he was a part of the restaurant. Charlie, don't say things like this. You know it's not true. Do you think how my father unalived himself? I remember my parents talking about something about a knife and all the blood. A knife and all the blood. There was a knife and there was blood. I remember one day my aunt came to pick me up in the middle of school. I knew something was wrong. You don't go home from school in the middle of the day when everything's fine. She picked me up and brought me to the car and told me how much she loved me. I love you, Charlie, and everything is going to be okay. And then she told me that my father died and asked me if I knew what that meant. I did. She said I was going to stay with her for a couple of days, then she would get some clothes. When we went through the door, she covered my face with her hands so I wouldn't see what was in the living room. But I did see. So that's how he... Of course. Sorry. This doesn't lead anywhere. It's been hours later, and nothing's in order. There are pictures of my parents, Sammy and me as babies, as newborns, then as toddlers, then pictures of the house, parties. Charlie, look, over here. What is it? Oh. The yellow rabbit. There's a picture. There's a person in there. In this article, my dad had a partner. This says that they were joint owners. Do you think that your dad's partner... Charlie! John? Is that Marla? Come on, let's go downstairs. Marla, what's wrong? He's gone! Jason's gone! He's gone back to Freddy's! Huh? No! If I can just... I wouldn't do that. Who is this? Let me out of here. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Never trust a rabbit, I say. Don't speak. What kind of name of a serial killer is Dave? I told you not to speak. It's not an order. It's a friendly reminder. Do you know what I've put you inside of? Your girlfriend? You're amusing, but no, you're not wearing a costume. These suits were designed for two purposes: to be worn by men like me, and to be used as a working animatronic, like the ones you see on stage. Understand? You see, all the animatronic parts in the suit are still simply inside, being held back by spring locks. Like this. These are spring locks. Watch. You can trip the spring locks very, very easily. It almost takes no movement at all. It's a very old costume. One of the first ones Henry made. Henry? Who's Henry? Henry, your friend Charlie's father? Did you not know that he made the place? Well, that's one of his first suits. And if you trigger those spring locks, two things will happen. First, the locks themselves will snap right into you, making deep cuts all over your body. And a split second later, all the animatronic parts, all that sharp steel and hard plastic will be instantly driven into your body. You will die, but it will be slow. You feel your organs punctured. The suit will grow wet with your blood, and you will know you are dying for a long, long time. You'll try to scream, but you'll be unable to. Your vocal cords will be severed, and your lungs will fill with your own blood until you drown in it. How do you know that? How do you think? Don't move. Part 5, coming tomorrow.